and I got a call from one of my good VIP hosts at the MGM, and he wanted me to do him a favor. He said, "Look, I have a big VIP. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but they're playing the MGM tonight, and after." Hello, and welcome to another episode of Celebrity Quiz. I'm your host, Freddie Shaban, and I have an amazing celebrity story for you today. Here we go. So the year was 2006. I was operating a huge upscale escort agency in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I had a lot of relationships with VIP hosts at many of the top casinos like the Bellagio, the Venetian, the Palms, and few others. It was around 9 o'clock at night, and I got a call from one of my good VIP hosts at the MGM. And he wanted me to do him a favor. He said, "Look, I have a big VIP. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but they're playing the MGM tonight. And after," of course, he didn't want to tell me, but he was telling me. You see what I mean? Because he knew I needed to know who it is. So I'm not going to tell you who it is, but they're playing the MGM tonight. Of course, there's only one artist playing MGM tonight, right? And we have him up at the mansions because he likes to gamble a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. And he would love the company of a couple of women. I said, okay. While I'm talking to him, I'm typing up in Google who's playing MGM tonight. So I already know who it is. And I know this guy, and I can trust this VIP host. We've done many businesses. I go back with him to when I first got to Vegas back in 96, early 97, when I had the limo service. So I used to, before I got on the internet with this business, I used to do a lot of marketing and promotions with the VIP host, and he was one of them for my limo service, right? And of course, with the girls and everything. So I said, okay, so what is he like? He goes, "I'm not really sure. Why don't you just send the top two girls that you have?" I said, okay, well, do you know that's going to be costly, right? I said, some girls are 500, some girls are 1,000. You want the top ones. These girls don't leave their house for less than $3,000. He goes, "That's not a problem." I said, okay. So I looked at my roster for my Dirty Dozen, which is my top girls that were the most beautiful, most sophisticated, the smartest, and they made the most money. And I know I can trust them with anybody, especially celebrities, because I know they're going to be discreet and they're not going to tell anybody anything, and I can make sure that they're going to give the gentleman out of this world service. So I contacted the two that I knew that they were working that day, or that night, excuse me. And it was going to be a late rendezvous. It was after the show and then the dinner, and they do other things, the celebrities. And then it was probably around going to be about 1:30, 2 o'clock at the mansions at the MGM, which is beautiful, beautiful accommodations. So I didn't tell the escorts who it is. I just wanted them to get to valet first, and I was going to tell them. And I told them, I just want you guys to do a great job as usual and be very discreet, and don't be asking a lot of questions like a crazy fan, all this stuff. Just take it easy. And they were younger, so this gentleman happened to be very, very popular back in the 70s, and he's still popular today, but his height, the height of his career, I think, was the 70s, 80s. He's in the 70s right now. but like in the 70s and 80s, he was pretty popular, right? In fact, I played a little bit of guitar, and when I first started learning how to play guitar, he was one of the first albums that I picked up to learn how to play guitar, because I liked that it was very simple, and I liked his music and songs. So they got there, professional, dressed up to the T. They were dressed really, really nice, classy and sexy as always. And got to the mansions. They had somebody waiting for them up front with valet to chaperone them all the way. You can't just go by yourself. And he was a gentleman. He was very, very nice. Kind of shy, they told me. Very generous. Very sweet. It reminded them of like their grandfather and stuff. This is how much younger these girls were. They were under 25, both of them, and no, of course they were over 21. So they were about 23, 24, if I remember correctly. And he had a great time. He told the VIP host that they were wonderful, great. I got a compliment indirectly from the celebrity, and it was a great job. So and they made about $5,000 each. So, and I think they were there about 2 hours. So it was a pretty good 2.5 hours. It was a pretty good job for both of them. So they got $5,000 each, and of course it was $3,000 just to get there. And then, I just ended up, I was gonna smack them $3,000 an hour, of course, but I didn't want to take too much advantage of kindness and sweetness of this gentleman and my VIP host. So anyways, let me give you some hints. He was popular in the 70s. He's been around since the 60s, popular in the 70s and 80s, but he's still popular today. He's still, I saw him in concert around the same time too, or maybe before, like around 2004 or 5. And this happened in 2006. He's won 6 Grammys. He's won all the other awards. He was inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I will not tell you which year, because that will make it way too easy. If you look at the thumbnail of this video, you'll see I put up some of his album covers. So you should be able to figure it out. It's not that difficult. Anyways, that's it. That's all I have for today. And no, he didn't have anything weird going on. He didn't have any weird fetishes. He did not want to dildo up his, none of that stuff. Okay, it was just straightforward, and he was very nice. It was a perfect job for a perfect gentleman. My type of client. There you go, guys. Another episode of Celebrity Quiz. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm your host, Freddie Shaban. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay happy.